You're listening to the Everything Jewish 10 Minutes at a Time podcast, where you'll learn about every Jewish topic imaginable in about 10 minutes. First, a quick apology for my Hebrew. My AI voice sometimes mangles the vowels, so if I say kohelet and it sounds like quelet, please forgive me. Today's topic is the Book of Ecclesiastes. Think of this book as the original life hacks for existential crises. Written, according to tradition, by King Solomon in his later years, Ecclesiastes is part of the Ketuvim, the writings, in the Hebrew Bible. It's short, punchy, sometimes gloomy, and extremely honest about life's ups and downs. You might picture it as an ancient blog where the writer is both wise and a little grumpy. He asks the big questions. Why do we work so hard? Why does life feel repetitive? And most importantly, what actually matters in the end? If you're familiar with TikTok wisdom, it's like the biblical version of those 60-second clips promising to solve your life's meaning problem. Ecclesiastes starts with a phrase that hits like a philosophical mic drop. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. In Hebrew, it's hevel hal havalim, which literally means breath or vapor. Imagine life as a Snapchat story. Here 1 second, gone the next. Everything feels fleeting, from wealth to fame to the avocado toast you just Instagrammed. The author, often called the Kohelet, is painfully aware of life's temporary nature. He's seen success and pleasure and realized none of it lasts forever. It's like binging your favorite TV show, only to discover it ends on a cliffhanger that never resolves. He repeatedly points out that material things, power, and even knowledge don't provide ultimate satisfaction. This might sound depressing, but the humor sneaks in. Life is absurd, unpredictable, and sometimes ridiculous. Think of Ecclesiastes as a Jewish version of a philosophical comedy, like Monty Python meets wisdom literature, laughing at the human condition while still trying to find meaning in it. One of the book's central themes is the repetitive nature of life. The sun rises, the sun sets, generations come and go, but the earth stays the same. Work feels endless, and for what? Kohelet compares it to chasing the wind. Anyone who's ever been stuck in a traffic jam or spent hours scrolling through emails can relate. He even says there's nothing new under the sun, basically a biblical eye roll at human innovation. But this is not nihilism. It's a wake-up call. Recognize the patterns of life and don't get trapped by the illusion of permanence. In modern terms, imagine life as a video game on hard mode. Levels repeat, enemies reappear, yet small victories, like a perfectly brewed cup of coffee or a good laugh with a friend, still matter. Ecclesiastes reminds us to notice and savor these fleeting joys, even amid life's inevitable monotony. Wisdom is knowing the game is repetitive, but still choosing to play well. Another key idea is the pursuit of pleasure. Kohelet experiments with everything: wealth, entertainment, parties, food, even wine. He's like an ancient influencer trying every lifestyle trend to see which brings happiness. Spoiler, none of it satisfies completely. Think of him as the original Yelp reviewer of life experiences, rating everything from material possessions to personal relationships. He enjoys, observes, and reflects, concluding that pleasure is temporary and incomplete without perspective. This is relatable for anyone who's ever bought the latest tech gadget thinking it would change life forever, only to find the excitement fades after a week. The message isn't to stop enjoying life. It's to understand that pleasure alone doesn't answer life's big questions. Kohelet encourages moderation, mindfulness, and gratitude. Even in indulgence, there's a spiritual dimension, appreciating the gifts you have without illusion or attachment. He's gently nudging us to balance joy with wisdom, recognizing that fleeting happiness is still worth embracing. Ecclesiastes also explores the mystery of time and mortality. There's a famous passage, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Birth and death, planting and harvesting, laughing and crying, all have their moments." Kohelet reflects on life's rhythm, urging acceptance rather than futile resistance. In our high-speed culture, where we try to control everything with calendars, apps, and planners, this advice is radical. Some things simply cannot be rushed or forced. It's like trying to stream a movie that won't load. Frustration won't speed it up. Instead, the book teaches patience and awareness. Recognizing that life has its proper timing can be liberating. You learn to align your expectations with reality, Savor each phase, and understand that even hardship has a place in the grand tapestry. Death, while inevitable, frames life's value and encourages meaningful choices. Kohelet's reflections blend existential realism with gentle humor. He sees the absurdity, acknowledges the frustration, and still finds a way to make peace with it.
New year, same extra value meals at McDonald's. Now get a savory sausage McMuffin with egg, plus hash browns, and a small coffee for just $5. For limited time only, prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
A recurring theme in Ecclesiastes is justice, or rather, the apparent lack of it. Kohelet notices that good people suffer while evildoers often prosper. He's keenly aware of life's unfairness, and his observations feel surprisingly modern. It's like reading the social media feed of humanity, scrolling through snapshots of triumph, tragedy, and random chaos. Rather than offering simple explanations, he admits the mystery. Life doesn't always make sense. This honesty is refreshing. Kohelet doesn't sugarcoat or provide pat answers. Instead, he emphasizes the importance of one's attitude and conduct. You can't control every outcome, but you can choose integrity, humility, and kindness. His wisdom resonates with anyone navigating the unpredictable, sometimes absurd realities of modern life. Ecclesiastes models existential courage, acknowledging the absurdity and imperfection of the world, yet living thoughtfully, responsibly, and with a sense of humor. Kohelet is both realist and cheerleader, offering guidance that balances realism with hope. Kohelet also wrestles with knowledge and its limits. He appreciates learning, observation, and reflection, but understands that intellect can't solve everything. Knowledge can even create sorrow, because the more you know, the more you see life's contradictions and injustices. This is remarkably modern. Think of information overload in the digital age, where news, statistics, and social media can simultaneously enlighten and overwhelm. Wisdom isn't just acquiring facts, it's knowing how to live despite uncertainty. Ecclesiastes teaches that understanding life's limits is itself a form of wisdom. Kohelet is like an ancient life coach, saying, yes, the world is messy, confusing, and unfair, but awareness and thoughtful action make it navigable. Knowledge should serve life, not enslave it. By balancing curiosity with humility, we can make choices that are both informed and mindful, accepting that ultimate answers may remain elusive. This nuanced approach separates Ecclesiastes from other texts that offer clear-cut moral formulas. Despite the sobering tone, Ecclesiastes is surprisingly practical. Kohelet repeatedly emphasizes enjoying simple, everyday blessings: eating, drinking, working, loving, and being present. These aren't grandiose spiritual experiences, but ordinary moments that bring genuine satisfaction. He's telling us to notice the little things: the joy of a good meal, laughter among friends, a quiet sunset. In our multitasking, always connected world, this advice is gold. It's like mindfulness before it had a brand name. Savor what's here, because life is short. Pleasure and gratitude aren't contradictory to wisdom. They are part of it. Kohelet's guidance is timeless. Find joy in daily life, appreciate relationships, and embrace work as both necessity and gift. This is why Ecclesiastes remains a favorite during Sukkot, when Jews dwell temporarily in huts, remembering life's fragility and the fleeting nature of material things, encouraging gratitude and present-mindedness. It's life coaching in poetic form. The tone of Ecclesiastes also fluctuates, giving the book literary flair. One moment, Kohelet is philosophical and introspective. The next, he's witty, almost sarcastic. He pokes fun at human pride, ambition, and folly. This humor makes existential reflection more digestible. You can imagine him as a stand-up philosopher, offering both sobering truths and clever quips. The text's rhythm, repetition, and playful language invite readers to reflect while enjoying the artistry. It's not all doom and gloom. The book celebrates the paradox of life, fleeting yet meaningful, mysterious yet observable. Kohelet's voice is both ancient and surprisingly contemporary, blending satire, insight, and compassion. Reading Ecclesiastes can feel like a conversation with a wise but wry mentor who guides you through life's perplexities while acknowledging their absurdity. Humor and honesty work hand in hand to make his wisdom memorable and accessible across generations. Finally, Ecclesiastes closes with a reminder about the fear of God and living righteously. After all the reflections, experiments, and observations, Kohelet concludes that reverence for God and obedience to divine commandments are the foundation for a meaningful life. It's not about blind piety, but recognizing a larger framework beyond human understanding. Life is ephemeral, unpredictable, and sometimes absurd, yet ethical living and respect for the divine order anchor existence. This conclusion resonates with modern readers seeking meaning without illusions. Embrace joy, accept life's impermanence, pursue wisdom, and act ethically. Ecclesiastes offers a nuanced, relatable, and timeless guide to navigating human life. It's like a spiritual handbook with wit, honesty, and realism. For anyone feeling overwhelmed by life's uncertainties, Kohelet's insights provide perspective, comfort, and surprisingly, delight. Even as we laugh at the absurdities and frustrations of existence, we are reminded to live consciously, gratefully, and ethically. That's Ecclesiastes in all its philosophical, poetic, and delightfully quirky glory.